I'd just like to say Happy International Women's Day to everybody out there. Being a filmmaker, a female filmmaker on this day is particularly momentous with Viceroy's House for me, because here, as a British Asian woman, I have been able to tell my own history in my own words. And that is something I never dreamed I'd be able to do growing up in Britain, and certainly not something I ever expected I would do as a filmmaker either. So being given a voice in order, to be able to tell that story, and tell it from a female perspective is critical. So that is something to celebrate today, certainly for me. Being a filmmaker, who's female in this industry is not easy. You'll know perhaps, 25 years ago, I was the first Indian woman to make a feature film in Britain, and that was Baji on the Beach. 25 years later with Viceroy's House, I'm still the only Asian woman in Britain making feature films as a living. So it's a terrible indictment of our industry, and it just goes to show how hard it is for us to have our stories out there, to have our stories be heard, So what we need is lots of determination and lots of subversive creativity to get our stories out there in a way that the people who have the finance and the people who run the industry, are able to relate to them. And then once we get them up and running, we can then tell our stories from our perspective the way we want to.